was not a feminist anymore, and I'm so fucking worried. What does that mean for me, Mike and Michael, the three regulars of her house? No one knows, but it's three motherfucking cute boys in the house.
The cutest boys.
Yeah.
Aww.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're all looking pretty cute today.
Mighty cute.
Because we have a show tonight.
We all got shows tonight. We're all in the same show, which is
Three
awesome.
cute boys take over Belly, which will have already happened by the time you hear this.
You know what's weird is me and Mike are coming to Belly, but we usually come on our bellies,
Yeah.
which we covered on the last one.
And this is like the first time where there'll be three cute boys in one belly.
Yeah, unless you count triplets, who are all cute boys.
Oh my goodness.
We're all basically in the womb
Yeah.
at this
We're
next room.
incubating.
Yeah.
Every day of our lives is an incubation.
I think of every day as a long edging for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Every time I'm not coming, I'm just edging for the next come.
Then what's the release?
The coming.
The coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've gone without coming? Because it's Sober October, I think we should discuss this.
Yeah, the longest I've gone without coming, probably maybe 24 hours.
That's it?
Yeah.
Since how long?
Since I was 12 or 13.
Oh, no,
I
no,
went
no.
last year, the month of November.
Why
Oh
did
my
you,
God.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, there was the...
Was it an accident?
Or did you
You
just
just
try?
kept
You could never
forgetting
get
to
there?
jerk off?
No, we
Never
were...
forget.
Me and,
9/11.
my co-host of Misinformed Conclusions, MISS,
Wow.
Informed Conclusions.
God, your spelling's bad.
Yeah.
Did you guys have
this 'cause you
a
didn't
contest?
We had a contest. It was No Nut November. And, none of us could jack off or
How
come.
did you keep up on that? Do you just have a good honor system? Do you
It was
think
an
everybody
honor
has
system.
strong morals?
Turns out one of the guys ended up fucking a chick
Yeah.
and coming.
And that counts?
It counted, and we never followed up on it. We were just too lazy. But we should have had like a whole trial
Yeah.
system.
A
Totally.
trial?
Yeah, we're thinking of having a trial.
You didn't just have a set punishment?
No.
Was it sex that came out of nowhere?
That still
Yeah.
counts.
Well,
no.
that's
It
awesome.
still counts,
You
but
can't turn that shit down.
His argument was
If you're
that it
in-
was
even if you're in a contest. Don't
his
blink at
argument
me,
was it
Kayla.
wasn't. It was only jerking off and coming. Sex had nothing to do with it, but there was no nut November. Sex, jerking off, the whole thing.
I understand the title is No Nut November, but I'm on his side here.
What?
Wait, what are you gonna do? Be like, sorry, like I know, like you're
Yeah.
down and I'm down, but it's No Nut November.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do.
For what it takes.
That's
No
what
way.
you do. I'm
It's like
so
this
offended.
Sober October, you know.
Yeah, you've been offered free beer. You've been offered free other stuff that goes in places, and you said no.
The beer's down. You're down.
Yeah, dude. But you know, like it's different than that though, because
No.
like yes, it is.
No, because then that chick, if she still wants to get down,
Here's the thing:
will hit
there was
you
no
up.
punishment for him, right? And he knew that.
Yeah, there should have been though.
There was no punishment. There was no
They're
shame.
punished this shit, but there's no shame for you drinking. You've already mostly shaved your head. As
Oh,
it
there would
is.
have been shame. There
I
would have been a
would've
lot
shamed
of shame. Yeah, everybody would have shamed me if I had broken. I got what 11 days left. And you guys, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep drinking.
You say that, and then 2 days later, you're like, I'm gonna be crying in Applebee's margarita deep in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I go through those phases. I don't think that's a healthy way for me to be thinking, though. I think me and alcohol have had a bouncy relationship, as they say, a rocky road,
Yeah.
like the ice cream,
That's a
but it's
great
not
ice
so
cream,
delicious.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not so delicious.
I don't
Delicious
think-
as an ice cream, bad as a life choice.
I don't think you need to stop drinking, but just, there's moderation.
Here's the thing: some people can moderate it, some people can't.
Can you moderate it,
I'm
though?
going to drink. I'm going to pay attention to how I feel when I drink,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pay attention to all that.
It's been interesting because I had never known you sober.
hmm
The whole...
What's the difference to you?
Oh, boy. That's a great question. I think you're a little bit more compassionate and you're a little bit more understanding. And so you still get aggressive about things, but you will usually like think them out and like come back level-headed, where when you were drinking, it was just like a tornado and there was no talking to you.
You know, I've noticed that I appreciate community more. being sober. I think I would get drunk and just leave and not say bye to anybody or talk to anybody or anything like that. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. It's just me. And then I'd be more selfish when I'm drinking. But when I'm sober, I really appreciate all my friends around me and all that.
You seem to be a little bit more, like in our relationship, I've noticed that you really are more like sensitive in general.
I'm a sensitive, cute boy. I'm a sensitive dude.
You're a super sensitive
and you can't
dude.
take that away from me.
No, and I love that. And you always have been. And I think that it would happen sometimes when you were drinking, but it was more of like a Russian roulette where like it wasn't clear if like the sensitivity was going to manifest itself in a healthy way.
How does my sensitivity manifest itself in an unhealthy way?
Because sometimes because you're so sensitive, I think you would take something like the wrong way, and then because you were drunk, you would just fly off the handle into like
fly off the handle.
We
like right now.
You got like right now actually.
You know what? We have bonus
content. He's unbuckling his belt and looping it.
We have bonus content from the night that I was banned from Spanky's because I was too drunk. Yeah. And I think putting that somewhere in the podcast to show how much of a monster I am.
Oh, that night I broke up with you.
You've broken up with me, I think. Are we on 20? Are we on 20 times now? Are we on 25?
Look, this is the problem.
My stamp card's almost full. I'm going to get a free one soon.
You get a free breakup soon.
Yeah.
But it's because I just get to a point where I'm like, there's so much stuff that's unreasonable that's happening that, like, how does a self-respecting person... This is my problem.
I feel like I get blamed a lot.
Well...
For nothing.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything wrong. Hand me a beer, Mike.
I didn't scream at you for 20 minutes because I couldn't find the phone charger.
Kayla, do I ever scream at you?
Yeah.
Do I? No. No, I don't. I don't scream at you.
You sometimes do, but also you get very upset and you talk to me like you wish you could be screaming, but you aren't screaming.
So I've been in the car. I've been witness to it. Mm-hmm. And it's not screaming. It's you being angry and like talking to her aggressively, but still trying to fit jokes and
which is even weirder.
Because I'm trying to be
funny to make
too.
it a comedic thing.
But that's somehow harder because for me, I'm like I want to cry, but I feel like if I cry, it's like you're like that. I'm like that's a great punchline, but I still feel. It's weird. Like,
it's an art. It's a tap dance.
Can I ask you something? The non-joke part, the terse talking, that's a tree dad thing, right? When you hear him do that, the non-yelling but still very upset, that's like got to be a tree dad thing.
Yeah, my dad, he never yelled. It was always like really quiet and then some certain
But you
words.
could tell he was mad.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You don't yell. I am happier.
What can I say? I'm a daddy's boy.
I am happier when you yell at me because that I know what to do with.
I don't feel comfortable yelling. I've never been a yeller. I'm not really an angry person either.
I don't feel comfortable with you yelling either. But what I'm saying is that it's like, I'm like, okay, at least we're at yelling. Because usually, like, if you're at yelling, then it's easy to just... We've gotten to a point where we can just get over it.
I think you guys should start doing, like, arm wrestling or spelling bees.
We should just, like, wrestle.
Yeah.
Just
Can we make a mud pit out back?
Let's put it right underneath the staircase I'm going to build to push Kayla down.
Like, the thing that's weird, and maybe
out of context,
Chris is going to build...
That sounds crazy.
So earlier, before we were recording, I said I'm not a feminist anymore because I've realized that I work really hard, to, like, be taken seriously and to have equal pay, and I work really hard to be equal with a man, and that's so much work, and it's never going to happen. And you know what? I just want to sit back.
You're giving up hope. All the women listening are drying up their pussies right now.
Good.
Because
dry them up, ladies.
No.
Because that's the only tool we have is
ladies,
a dry pussy.
We got to keep these pussies wet for feminism.
Yeah, you know what? I think that she's done feminism. I'm going to jump aboard hardcore
on the feminism. Track. Perfect.
Yeah. I've always been a champion of women. Which is something. Here's the thing. I keep saying that phrase because my dad has said that phrase to me.
That he's a champion of women.
That he's a champion
like
of women.
He boxes them.
Because I accused him one time of being sexist, and he says I've always been a champion of women.
It's such a weird.
I think
a weird way to defend yourself.
I totally agree with Mike because earlier he was like, that sounds like he's fighting them with his fists, and I totally agree.
Number one, he's like the Andy Kaufman woman wrestling champion. Like there's no woman in the world that can beat him.
But I told Chris that I was comfortable with this new lack of feminism because the staircases in our house are very short, and he said he's going to build an extra tall staircase in the backyard
just to
push me down.
And so when he comes home, the meatloaf a little too dry.
Or it's cold.
And by meatloaf,
And
he
she's like,
means
well,
my
it would have
pussy.
been warm if you would have got here on time. On time?
Yeah, only you'd be like, on time? I couldn't be on time.
I think, here's the thing. I harbor no anger towards you whatsoever.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
I have no anger
Now
towards
I'm
you.
really worried about the staircase.
You're
in the
worried.
backyard.
I'm the one
Oh
who's
my
worried.
God.
I show up here. I see you. I
He's
see
the
you
one who had to
reading.
build the staircase.
I see you reading this fucking Undoing Yourself book.
I haven't even started
on
reading
meditation.
that.
You have a page marked about laying down.
It came like that. It came like that. I didn't even start reading
You're
it.
gonna come like that.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
pass me the book.
Wait,
Let's
what?
read the
Yeah,
excerpt.
Yeah.
Okay,
I read an excerpt
hold
to
on.
Mike.
I
It's
literally,
scary.
I literally have not started reading this book at all yet. So, oh wow, yeah, that's creepy. No, I can see why you're super afraid. When all beauty dies, so does man.
Yeah.
That's trouble.
No, I haven't started reading this. So I have a bunch of books on my kitchen counter. People give me books to read, and I haven't done any reading in like 2 or 3
Who
years.
gives you books to read?
Just people I know. I have a lot of people who read in my life. People
I've
give
literally
me.
never seen you talk to anybody.
I have friends.
About reading?
Yeah,
or just in
I
general?
don't talk to people.
Huh? About reading? Or no, just I've never seen somebody come over and give you a book.
Is
I
there a
said
weekly
over the
book
last
club?
2 or 3 years, people I know have given me books, and I saved them. But I've moved. Like I haven't had time to read them. Got a bunch of kids. I don't have time. But I made a resolution.
The classic
to start,
kids excuse.
It's a great excuse because it's
I've
valid.
got kids. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
Right,
meth
so
in
that's
the
why I'm.
woods.
Oh God,
I
that's
can't-
why I'm
I don't
saying. Now I've made a resolution to start reading, so I just grabbed one of these off the counter when I came in here. I had no idea how late you guys were going to be. I didn't know how long you were going to be blowing each other at the gas station.
It
Well, Mike
usually
took a
takes
long
while.
time.
Right.
Yeah. And I was looking extra cute today, so he came pretty quick.
Okay, so I just came in here with a nice water bottle, a little notepad. I was going to work on my set for tonight. I was going to maybe read a chapter. Like, I had options. I didn't know what I was going to want to do with my time. I have not yet started reading this book.
Can you see my face right now?
Yeah, are you okay?
No, I'm extremely worried.
I feel like a big thing is that he can't read.
He can't read.
No, I would
He
like
just
to read an
looks at
excerpt
the
out of that. I
pages.
can't read.
When
He
was
just
the
looks
last
at the
thing
pages
you
and
read?
sees the pictures.
I read Kayla a chapter out of a book
That was
last week.
amazing. We
Yeah.
got this horrifyingly bad sci-fi novel at the thrift store. Hold on. First of all, I'm just going through this book. The pictures in here are choice.
I showed Mike that
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
It looks like it looks like a potato Dobby from Harry Potter. This book is actually really scary, and I've never read it, so I can understand.
And
your
I walked
concern.
in, and it was your
I
reading
can-
material.
Yeah, it's very creepy. I can totally understand your concern.
He was telling me all that society is doing is selling dogma, which Mike told me is ego. And
I
I'm
think
like,
it's ego.
Dogma is not ego. It's like
it not?
religious dogma. It's like religious ideals and ideology and like puritanical beliefs and
well,
all
it asked
that
me what
stuff.
kind of dogma I bought today. I'm like, I don't know. Are Red Bulls?
But the thing, dogma is
Ego?
religious dogma is just one example of dogma. Yeah, it's kind of just like advertising. It's like it's selling you ideas.
I would love.
Oh
some
yeah,
ideas.
there's a warning on the back.
What's it say?
It says, "Warning: some people will hate this book."
Clearly, we found our target market.
Within these pages, you will find innumerable practical techniques to transform your life, served up with a large dose of humor and the stick of Zen Roshi.
You should love that. You love things that are difficult to take.
The author, I'm not sure if you looked at the author, Christopher S. Haidt,
You wrote this book?
but he looks
I'm not every Chris.
like
You
absolute
are.
trailer trash with a handlebar mustache. He
Look.
rides.
That's a good sign. That's a
He
really
rides
I
his
just
Honda
grabbed it.
motorcycle to Applebee's on the weekend.
Oh, don't get me
Oh.
started on Applebee's.
Does it say this on there?
No, I'm just
Okay,
guessing.
good. Okay, good.
In the picture,
I love Applebee's.
it's him turned to the side, staring into the camera, wearing a sleeveless shirt, giving the shaka bra.
Giving a hang loose.
Giving the hang loose shaka.
Jesus.
Look at this. Does this dude look like a PhD?
Oh, that was an incredible book throw across the table. I wish we had a camera in here.
Oh my God! Are you serious? This is the guy who wrote this book.
Guys,
That's
this is
the
so
guy.
boring.
Jesus Christ! Have you
I can
seen this
see-
guy?
No, I haven't even
JB,
looked
pull
at
up
the
a
book.
picture
Oh
of
my
this
God.
guy.
No, I haven't even
We'll
looked at
put
the
a picture of him on the Instagram.
Kayla's trying to play footsies.
Is
with
this
you
a
right
nice
now.
way to do the
I'm okay
podcast?
with
I'm touching his foot with my foot because I'm trying to undo any sad emotions. That
Kayla,
may
I'm now harboring anger towards you.
Why?
No, not really.
For what?
You guys, I went to a sex club last night at my show. I did a guest spot on the show at a sex club, and they had rules on the door. And the last rule was, if anything you do warrants an apology, don't do it. Which I think is a solid rule. No, don't do the act if you feel like it's going to be followed by an apology, possibly.
That's a great way to live in general.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, so I show up to the show. It's at a sex club. It's called Key Party Comedy. It's like about orgies or whatever. It's totally at a sex club where people fuck on the weekends, and get together and swingers hang out and fuck. And then the only two people there were producers of the show who ran bigger sex parties and clubs that they wanted to try comedy for. So Clay Newman told us, guys, do your A material for these guys, for these two guys in this sex club
with no audience and two guys.
So then maybe we can do shows at a bigger sex club sometime.
That's such a weird thing to do comedy at, an orgy.
There was no orgying happening, even though during my set, one of the producers, they both had girls with them. One of the producers has a bald head, and the girl who was with him starts massaging his bald head with her fingertips like this during my set, and I got so distracted. I was like, whoa, I want to shave my head and get a head job.
That's what psychopaths do.
Yeah, she was drinking mushroom tea.
Mushroom tea?
Yeah, she was drinking psychedelic mushroom tea, and she told everybody. Yeah, she told everybody. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't mean to offend you by reading. Like I said, as part of my new non-feminist
manifesto,
I won't start reading.
I get jealous.
Why?
I get upset because I can't read, dog.
I don't like because I don't like nerds.
I hate fucking nerds.
The nerds are the worst. We should bring back the hate nerds movement.
Nerds have been too cool for too long.
Yeah.
Listen, nerds, you guys need to calm down. The nerd movement's working for both of you. I hate to tell you.
I guess you're probably
Are you saying I'm a nerd?
Yeah, you fucking
Mike's
nerds.
a fucking jock. Mike's a lacrosse player.
I played lacrosse.
Pants is nerds.
I played football.
Yeah.
Played Little League Baseball.
You look like a lesbian that started taking testosterone.
Dude, that's the look I'm going for.
I know, so I don't...
That's
none of those are nerds.
That's a pretty manly look. A lesbian who starts taking testosterone, that's manlier than me.
I feel like so many comedians are alpha betas.
I'm wearing a pink shirt right now.
Yeah, you're an alpha beta.
That offends me for real. I feel like I'm an alpha.
Oh God, Joe Gorman, please don't start with me.
I'm gonna throw my cigarette
Not
in
again.
your face.
Oh, this is the thing. I get flack for being not a feminist. I get flack for being a feminist.
How is calling me an alpha beta a feminist?
I said a lot of comedians, and then you got all offended. I'm not talking about.
I didn't get offended.
Alpha betas are cool fish, though.
It also kind of sounds like alphabet, which I don't know because I can't read. So it also makes me mad.
But I mean, I think I've encountered a lot of dudes in stand-up comedy that were dudes that were not popular in high school, that didn't have friends, that were very aggressive about it, that didn't get chicks, realized they were funny, got a microphone, started doing comedy, started getting blowjobs, and became nightmares.
Have you been reading my mail?
Yeah, I've been reading your manifesto.
He gets a lot of mail from brand new blowjobs from comedy.
Yeah, a very specific mail about my life.
Oh, okay. I don't even know. We got off topic. I apologize for reading. That won't happen again. What
if I
else?
see you read one of them word pages.
Yeah.
What?
Was it like the Bill Hicks bit where he's in the Waffle House?
Oh,
in the South,
and he's reading,
and the waitress comes up to him. What you reading for? Not what are you reading?
No, what are you reading?
What you reading for?
Yeah, that's Chris every day here.
Are you kidding me? I bought books at a thrift store this weekend.
To hit me with.
Because they don't leave bruises.
300 pages, baby. That's the perfect amount.
You're like, how many pages in this book? Like 400. Like, perfect.
I'm gonna need a thicker book.
Nice and soft.
Yeah, you want a good girth, like you want a wide.
You want it sturdy, but a soft cover.
Can you guys rip a telephone book in half?
No. With your mind or with your fingertips?
With your hands.
No, neither.
One of the first things Kayla ever told me is that she wishes she could light a cigarette with her mind.
No,
and I'm like, I like this girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's not what I said. What I said was, I was like, you gave me a cigarette, and I was standing there looking at you for like 2 minutes, and I was like, well, I can't light it with my mind yet, Chris, because you had taken so fucking long. You always give people cigarettes and then come up with no lighter, and they're just looking at you like, what
Look,
do you
asked
expect
me
me
for a
to do
cigarette,
with
and
this?
then- yeah, nobody asked for the second
It's a
part.
I've
two-step
given you my
process.
heart. You want my soul too.
I know.
God, yeah, that's what it means. Look,
Kayla has my heart. She's trying to eat my soul.
what the fuck is happening? Can you just...
You're trying to devour my soul by toying with it, telling me you're not a feminist. Now, I've only been dating you because I thought you were a feminist.
I don't know what
Because
to
I
do
was
with
so
you.
empowered by the movie.
I was.
Yeah, because I let you become your best feminist self. I think that it's a weird thing because you're super traditional. Like, you love traditional gender stereotypes so much. But then you also love feisty, bitchy-ass women. So it's like a very confusing...
I don't.
Well,
love
it's kind of like
feisty women.
it's
You
like
really
a
don't,
guy.
though.
It's like a horse, like a wild horse. Why get a steed over there that's like a tame steed when you go out and find you a stallion?
You know that's...
Fuck yeah.
A stallion that you can train and mold.
Yeah, off
That's
the
true.
fucking ranch.
I would say, maybe, because I don't really know, but have you dated a lot of women that are really feisty and aggressive?
No.
Am I the most
It's not-
feisty, aggressive
yes.
person you've ever... Really?
I think so.
Is that why you like me?
Yes.
I feel like you're scared
I'm
to
so
say yes.
nervous right now. I'm so nervous on what I need to say, and I'm generally nervous on anything that I answer from you because I feel like either way
It's a test.
it's a test, and either way I fail.
Nothing's
either
a test.
Yeah, every answer I pick, there's a way to spin it so it's the wrong answer.
Look, there's no right answer.
Let's get to the real news. Me and Kayla 69 for I'm gonna argue the first
It
time.
was at least the second or third time.
No.
Yeah. Maybe
Chris, were
because
you
you're...
on top?
We were. Here's the
You
funny
were
thing.
on top.
Actually, yeah.
I was like, well, this could go one of two ways.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, this could go one of two ways. I almost died.
What the f-
Yeah, dude. So picture this.
Don't picture anything.
Kayla's head is off the bed. You know how
Stop
it is.
telling people what happened in
My
our personal
feet are
life.
planted on the
No,
ground.
you gross monster. You tried to kill me with your erect penis.
I'm gonna let your
Just
imagination.
leave it alone. Leave it where
do
it
the rest.
lays. Just like you left me where I laid under your dick.
Oh, your mom's leaving.
Oh yeah, my mom, she heard that and she's like, I'm out of here. Sometimes we fuck really loud and my mom lives like in the house but not in the house. She's in a different corridor. But she always likes to skulk around and do shit. And
Is
I'm,
that why you put your fist in my mouth when you're fucking?
Oh
so I
yeah,
don't
that's
scream
why
so loud?
I shoved socks and towels in your mouth and your anus.
So a full body towel, a full beach towel, is fitting in my mouth sometimes.
Unhinge your jaw.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Like, you make it sound like I am, like, I don't even understand what you mean by saying you think that you get all the blame. Like, you get the blame for the things you do. What do I ever do to you? Literally nothing.
You push me to a ledge.
Oh, excuse me?
You push me to a ledge.
Excuse me? That's like, have you ever looked up the textbook definition of gaslighting? Because you should probably watch a fucking Lifetime
I've been to the
movie.
Gaslight District in New Orleans.
Me too.
Is this podcast just turning into couple counseling?
Yeah, and that's
Is
what
this what-
today is about.
Is this what this is?
I don't know if this is what this is, or if this is what it should be.
But I don't know that it ever should be this, but I think that maybe people can relate. Maybe people have dated somebody. Maybe, I don't know, maybe write in and tell us if this is dysfunctional, because it is. But it's love.
My mom says I put the fun in dysfunctional.
No.
Your mommy says that?
My mommy says that.
What else does your mommy say?
My mommy says, and Mike Whitaker's mom said that you're trouble, which is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, but his dad loves me.
Your mom told me I need to get a watermelon.
To fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moms are full. of
Moms are
wisdom.
full of good ideas.
I think moms...
Especially Kayla's mom.
Yeah. My mom's real.
She was right. I got one. Yeah.
Best choice
decision
I've
of my
ever made.
life.
No, historically, most moms do not like me.
Historically speaking, like in the 1700s, 1800s.
Yeah, throughout history, most moms...
I feel like Kayla's a Time Lord.
She
where
owns the time.
She owns the time, and she's kind of been Kayla for the past few thousand years. And there's whispers of her in scripture and in cave paintings and stuff, but no one really knows what it is.
There's kind of like a Highlander situation. Where there's a couple of them and they have to fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, true. It's true. Because if I ever meet another me, I have to literally fight them to the death. It's really unfortunate.
Using like swords? Or what's your weapon? If you had to fight someone with a weapon in a cage...
Her weapon of choice is manipulation.
What's your...
You're not wrong, but that's offensive.
What's the weapon of choice, you think?
I don't know. I've never actually had to fight anyone. Usually, the only times I've ever been in a fight, one person punched me, and then I won by not touching them. So I think maybe Chris is not wrong.
Wait, why did they punch you?
Because I told you guys this story. That was the dude in my high school, and every day I'd see him, and I'd be like, Nathan, I'm going to fuck your sister before you do. And he was like, no, you're not. And then I'd be like, oh, so you are going to fuck your sister. And then after months of this, he punched me in the face. And
sounds like he was just you're dealing with like a low IQ sort of person who was frustrating every day.
No, he was awful, and he
would just fall for it every day.
He pissed everybody off. He was literally the worst, and no one could get rid of him. And so I just did this. I hoped he would just leave, and he didn't. And eventually he punched me, and it hurt. But I just stood there and looked at him, and I was like, that was pathetic. And then someone was like, you punch like a baby. He's like, give me a baby, I'll punch it. And like a teacher walked by right when he punched me in the face, and he got expelled.
Oh.
So I think I won that fight. And then I saw him, my sister saw him like 10 years later working at a Radio Shack, and he was like, do you still live with that bitch Kayla? Yeah. So I think I ruined his life.
Not only have you won the battle, but you might win the war. Are you going to fuck the sister? But
she's a lesbian. She's married now. I was like, I totally could have fucked her the whole time.
You can still fuck her.
I know.
Lesbians are down for another girl sometimes.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, but then he was like, do you think Kayla would want to go with me to the mall and help me pick out sweaters?
I would call it full oval.
This is the other thing that's weird I've noticed
full
is
like
ellipse.
Yeah, full ellipses.
I don't know what that shape is.
Full Venn diagram.
Whatever, it's an ellipse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But there's a weird phenomenon I've noticed where like...
You can tell because there's two lips on each side.
Oh my god. Yeah. Now I'm just picturing like an emoji vagina. Like
Those lips would be a good name of a Mexican stripper joint.
Jesus Christ, that's so gross.
Welcome to Dos Lips, an American Mexican eatery / stripper joint.
Tex-Mex strip joint.
Tex-Mex.
Oh my god.
We got blonde girls with big titties and feisty personalities. Spicy.
Oh, like spicy.
And the next morning, you're definitely getting diarrhea.
God, that's the cultural appropriation on that front is so mean.
Like you go to strip clubs, like in San Francisco, or whatever. You come home, people know you went to strip clubs. You got glitter on you. You smell like disease. Mm-hmm. But with Tex-Mex,
I've only ever been to
like barbecue and diarrhea.
Smell like jalapeno juice. I've only been to a strip club to do comedy. I've never been to...
I was in the city last night waiting for Mike and Mike to pick me up, the Mikes, waiting for them to pick me up, and I was walking past a strip club, and I had nothing else to do, and I'm like, maybe now's the time. And then I didn't go in. Why? I thought about it.
Why didn't you?
Because I just did a show at a sex club, I felt like. And I even said at the sex club, like, if I was here and people were, like, fucking, I would probably be in the corner just breathing. Just listening to, like hype up music, like trying to get myself like hyped up, and then I'd get really into it, and then I probably would never leave.
I wouldn't be good in that like situation.
I don't think I would be either. But I think once I got started, once I broke the ice, I might be able to handle it.
I'm not good in house party situations.
Yeah,
but if everyone in that house party was fucking,
I
would have to leave. I don't know what to do.
What if there was a girl that you liked there, and she was like, "Mike, come fuck me in the fuck pit."
Oh well, that's definitely it's fine.
Really, around other people fucking?
Yeah, I have no shame.
Okay,
that's good. Shame.
No shame in the sex game. I've said that for years.
Yeah, you're very shameless in the bedroom, and I think it's nice.
That's why I 69 on top.
Just balls in the nostrils.
How was the ball situation?
The balls were not the part that was
the problem.
Slowly killing me. Yeah.
Was it the smell of his nasty asshole after you went to that Tex-Mex joint?
Yeah, no, not even that. Well, I'm trying to remember. No, that wasn't that. It was not in an area that was smellable. I think it was like just the dick in the mouth angle. Mm-hmm. I could not breathe.
Here's the thing. I'm hard right now.
Yeah, anytime I can't talk or breathe is Chris's #1 favorite.
I don't think that's a good sign, but it is real.
Christ.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad sign, you know.
I don't know about any of this. I think that I don't break up with you on a daily basis. I think that sometimes
We've
just
gotten
try
better
and
recently
kill me.
about breaking up. We haven't broken up in like, what, a week?
We've broken up like 3 times this week.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Almost.
We got in a fight in Applebee's.
Thanks to Hugo.
Terrified a poor young man. Literally, he was like, he couldn't function anymore. He was so apologetic. Because, okay, so this is what happened. Chris and fucking Hugo get in a semantic argument about feminism, which was laughable.
Hey,
best.
that's real. That's real, all
And
right?
in addition to that, Hugo, he poses arguments in such a way where you know what he's gunning for from, like, the moment he says something, but he's trying to sound like he's on the other team, and it's such bullshit. And so at some point, the argument boiled down to this one over here saying that he thinks that... Because I was like, look, sometimes there's a difference between appreciation and objectification, because their point was like, men need sex, they love sex, so like calling a woman a cum dumpster is biology. And I was like, no, you can appreciate...
No. I'm saying in a group of guys, you can call a girl a cum dumpster as a joke.
Right, so my
And it's
point is
okay.
that, like, and my
Not that you really
counterpoint-
think of them as a cum dumpster, but
A
it comes
dumpster's
up-
My
a little excess,
counterpoint-
maybe like a cum can.
Right.
a cum knitted basket.
No.
is really nice.
So my counterpoint was that the more that you talk like that, the more dehumanizing it is, and the easier it is to be violent to a group of people, in this situation women, and that women are physically... like, we're in physical danger on a daily basis from men. It's not hyperbole. And then Chris is like, oh yeah, well, men are dangerous, but women will ruin your life with manipulation. And this poor kid down the bar just heard that point and was like, yeah, women just come in like a wrecking ball. And I'm like, first of all, don't quote Miley Cyrus in a feminist debate. Second of all, when was the last time you had to carry pepper spray on you men because a woman might come out of a dark alleyway and
Okay.
emotionally manipulate you?
Let me tell you
You
something.
guys know how
Last night, I'm
strong
walking-
pepper spray is?
No, have you been sprayed?
It's super strong.
So one of my friends, he got it like for Christmas stocking,
Okay.
like a stocking stuffer. And the other day, I sprayed it in a sink, just like not even that much,
Yeah.
just to, like see what happens. And we were coughing and fucking nose were
Yeah,
running
it's
for like half an
awful.
hour.
Jesus
It
Christ.
filled the room.
It gets
Yeah.
in your mucous membrane. So cops have to get pepper sprayed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to get
No
pep-
wonder they're monsters.
They have to get pepper sprayed.
What if
and
they're
then-
fine up until the pepper spray?
That's what I'm saying.
And they're like, they can't see color
But that's not.
anymore.
That's
or
like
they
that's
see
not
only
it. They have to
one
do
color.
more. Like after you get pepper sprayed, you have to hit a bag. You have to arrest someone. There's a whole like course you have to do after you get pepper sprayed.
Damn.
Oh yeah, because you have to prove that you can still like handle yourself in that moment.
Handle your shit.
Which is what's bad about pepper spray is that if somebody's like actually a hardened criminal, they have been pepper sprayed and they know how to work through the pepper spray.
Especially if they're on PCP.
Oh yeah.
What I've heard from like cops and people who had to go through it, being tased is way better.
Than being
Oh, yeah.
pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've
like,
been tased. I haven't been pepper sprayed.
there's no lingering effects. Like you're tased and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how many cops have used the taser in the bedroom. Just like a little zap here and there.
I can only come when there's a gun pressed to my temple.
Because of your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
I can only come with a gun in my mouth.
Only at a certain angle where it can't breathe, though.
Yeah, I want to be laying off the bed like this and have the gun jamming down my throat.
Is
Gun
this-
on top. Anyway, guys, this has been what podcast? This is 3 Cute Boys.
Oh yeah, what podcast is this?
This is episode, I think, 13.
Lucky
Oh,
number
lucky number
13.
13.
Episode 13.
Kayla, don't steal my thunder.
Anyway, so
This
we're
is like
on
a 69 all over.
we're on Tinder now. We're on Tinder.
Oh,
Oh
us on
shit!
Tinder.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that because our Tinder. There's no other word to describe it other than lit.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll talk.
Alright.
We'll go on next episode. So find us on Tinder. Find us on Google Play, iTunes,
Instagram.
Instagram at 3
Three Cute Boys
underscore.
podcast. No underscore.
There's
Just
no
3 Cute
underscore.
Boys
Mike.
podcast.
You keep thinking there's an underscore. There's no underscore.
Is this why we're not
Three
getting
Cute
any
Boys
likes, Nordstrom?
It's
podcast.
probably that.
Christ.
What are you talking about? We got we're coming up on 300 or 400 likes on our recent promoted photo.
We got
Which is
33
fucking great.
downloads just yesterday.
Fuck yeah, that's solid. On the recent episode.
On a whole bunch of them.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah.
All right, guys. So anyway, thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
They love you guys.
I love you, Kayla. I love you, Mike.
Dude,
Aw.
I love this podcast.
I
Me too.
love myself. Thank
I
you.
hope you guys don't make this crash and burn.
It's over.
You know, whenever we almost break up, I think, but what about 3 Cute Boys? How is this going to work?
No, that's the only thing keeping us together.
When you're angry, just turn on 3 Cute Boys. When you're fighting with Kayla, think about 3 Cute Boys and make choices that will make you continue to do and listen to the podcast. We love you all. What were we going to say?